day, everyone. We're the Be More Sisters Network from the Be More Empowered Foundation. Welcome to our podcast.
Good day, I am Emo Santolu from Oksupa, Ondo State, and I am a Be More girl from the pilot set Solar for Girls Nigeria 2017, and I'm also a member of the Be More Sisters Network. Bimbo, you are the team lead of the Be More Sisters Network, so please introduce the Be More Sisters Network.
Thank you, Tolu. My name is Ogishimori Abimbola Mary from Ilaje Local Government, a law student, 2018 Be More Set. Be More Sister Network was established 2021, and it was brought about by 5 number of girls, which are like tech girls. We were trained, we came together and brought idea, what are we going to give back to society? And since we are tech sisters, we decided on training the girls' website design on HTML and CSS. We started the program December 2021. We trained 15 girls. Then later, 2022, the number of the girls increased, and it has really impacted in the girls' life. Thank you.
That's very nice to hear, especially in this age and time where the world practically is technology. I would like to give it to the deputy team lead of the Be More Sisters Network to shed more light on what the Be More Sisters Network do.
My name is Oluwatosin Ebisheni from Ilaje Local Government. I'm from the Be More 2018 set. Bimbo has said it all. So we came together to create a platform to give back to the society, to bring up younger girls that were once like us. To make them bigger people in the society, to give them skills that will change their life and help them make money to be better people. And it was more about, doing like grandma has taught us.
But I would also like to know how you got into the Be More Summer Bootcamp. For me, my local government gave the schools authority to choose students to represent the local governments, and that was how I got selected to participate at the Solar for Girls Nigeria 2017 camp. So now I'll be a little biased, of course, and give it to my namesake Tolu to tell me how she got to know about Be More Summer Bootcamp.
My name is Okedi Toluwalopemi. I'm from Osun State, Odoatin local government. Actually, from the first time when I heard about Be More, I actually heard it from my friends. I just when I came to school, I saw girls in Be More share walking around, working with Ambassador Tag. I was like, what's this? Which camp was this? Where did you get this thing from? They were like, they went for Be More camp. I was like, I told my mom when I got to, my mom was like, don't worry. Maybe your friends went for Be More camp, don't worry. By the time I got into Be More camp, I was already done with secondary school. Then my mom just called me. I was like, she's working in a school that someone just called that there's a Be More camp form that she should come and fill it. I was like, wow. I went to mom, mom, see the camp that I've been watching about, I've been asking about, was what came to me on a platter of gold. I was like, okay, let me just fill the form. And luckily for me, it was also Padec that sponsored me. And by the way, I'm a Be More girl from the set of 2022.
Thank you very much for that compelling story. Now, I would like to ask another member of the Be More Sisters Network for her story. Esther, please.
Hi, I'm Esther Michael, a student of the University of Benin from Onitsha local government, Ebonyi State. Okay, how I got into Be More. It's a funny story and an interesting story. Okay, so that day, I remember it was after my exam. I was in SS1. SS1, yes. It was after SS1 third term exam. One of my teachers called me and she was like, I should write my name and the name of, I think, 3 other girls or 4. So she asked us about our background and all. I wrote my name. So it turned out that Ondo State government gave my school a slot at Adegbola Memorial Grammar School, Akure. So we were 7 of us, or 10, yes. 10 of our names were sent, and then 5 was chosen. 5, yes, 5. So that's how I got to know about Be More. I did not even really know so much. I got to the camp and wow, it was mind-blowing.
Thank you very much, Esther, for that compelling story. Now, allow me to give it to a member of the Be More Sisters Network. I call her Temi for short.
Yeah, my name is Temilola Oluwatomoloju. I'm a law undergraduate. I'm in my 2nd year and I'm from Ilaje Local Government. So in 2019, my story started from 2017 because my sister came to Be More in 2017. She was one of the people that came with Esther and Tolu. So she came and it was the talk of the school, talk of my family then. So I was more like, I also really want to go for this program, but I didn't know how it was going to happen. So fast forward to 2019, I was just in school and I was speaking with a friend sometime I was speaking with a friend and she was like, oh, be more this and that, because she has been here before me and we've had a lot of conversations about it. And I didn't even know that I was going to come, only for me to get home a particular day. And my dad told me that also Padek already shortlisted my name and I would be going to be more the following, I think a month later or so. I was really, really excited because it's something that I had also wanted for myself when my sister got in as well. So that was how I came to be more, and that's been fun so far. I've met a lot of people, I've made valuable relationships. What I do today could be attributed to who Bimo gave me and everything. So that's basically it.
Now allow me to officially introduce you to the baby of the group, Treasure, as she tells you her own story.
My name is Moilon Ayompe Treasure, and I'm an 200 level Elisade Law student. I'm from Ifedore local government. I'm from the Bimo set 2022. So quickly, I will just share the story of how I got to Bimo. The story of how I got to Bimo is a very interesting story in my life because that was one of the highlights of my life. So let's fast forward to when I was in JS1. While I was in JS1, I heard of a particular competition that they do go for. I don't even know of it. Olympian international competition where there are different subjects, so they just pick interested people to go and represent the state, then the country. Then right from when I was in JS1 to SS2, I ended up going for the competition and I just get to the second round of the competition. But when I was in SS3, 3 days to when they wanted to write the exam, I just got discharged from the hospital. Then someone was like, I should register for the competition and something. And I was like, okay, let me just try it. Then I registered for it. The one I registered was for programming. Then I got to the first, I qualified for the second round, the third round. See, the last round where I was invited to represent the country at Indonesia in programming. So after the whole thing, the Ondo State Ministry of Education wanted to reward me for the excellent performance, which made them sponsor me to Bimo. So that was like the short story of how I was able to get to Bimo. Thank you.
You will agree with me that those were all compelling stories. Now, allow me to tell you a little bit about my experience. Like I said, I'm currently studying computer engineering at the University of Lagos. And Bimo Summer Bootcamp was the one who influenced me into my course of study. I learned solar technology from the Solar for Girls Ninja 2017 Bimo Summer Bootcamp, and it made me see that technology was not a big deal like people made it seem. It was not as hard as people made it seem, and so I felt like yes, I could do this if I wanted to, and so I put in the effort. I did very well in my JAMB, and I aced my WAEC, my NECO, and I submitted my form to University of Lagos, and I eventually got admitted as a student of the University of Lagos. And Bimo Summer Bootcamp has also exposed me on a global level. Back then I had never thought of going to an airport, being on a plane. It was something that was like a fantasy, a dream. But through the Bimo Summer Bootcamp, I was able to attend the Energy World Globe Award at Iran, where we emerged as finalists in the youth category. And I would say if I have the pleasure of choosing anywhere of my choice to live in, to build a house, then I'll choose to build my house up in the clouds, because up there in the sky it was just lovely. It was like paradise for me. So I would definitely like to be on a plane again. So now allow me to give it to my fellow sister Bimbo as she speaks about her experience.
When we came 2019 as a returning, we were taught how to design websites. I actually loved the design and everything. I said, okay, let me go back home and learn more. Then I keep on learning. It was really, really very hard and difficult. At a point, I was like, I'm not doing it again. I'm not interested. I was just frustrated. But sometimes when you build a site and you're like, wow, this site is really, really nice. I'm now a professional website designer. I can design websites. At the same time, I learn more on graphic. Then I went ahead. The honest thing is, my dad does not want me to learn ICT, and so because this is what I want, and this is what I want to build myself in, and I'm very sure it's going to help me in future. And Bimo has actually really helped me a lot, because if grandma was not actually encouraging us, trust me, I would have given up.
I can definitely relate to your frustration. There was a time I had to build a server and I stayed up through the day and up till 4 a.m. in the morning, and I still ended up with bugs on my server. So I can definitely relate to that frustration, that technology, learning tech is not really easy. But the fact that you have the love and the passion for tech will definitely keep pushing you forward. And like she said, we have our grandma who also keeps on pushing us forward, who wants us to have value that we can add to the society, far beyond what the society believes that we can achieve. Allow me to give it to Temiloluwa as she speaks about her story. Trust me, you'll be mind blown when she starts.
Okay, so Tolu, I don't understand what you mean by mind blowing, because I don't know. Make person no explain tire. Okay, I agree. So I came into Bimo in 2019, and there was this particular experience that stood out for me, because I met some certain set of persons that really helped my career and what I do today. So I met one of the facilitators, and we sustained our relationship even outside the camp, because I was doing a particular thing for my secondary school then. That was for Ashai Girls Grammar School, more like a chatbot for sexual and gender-based violence, victims. So I was stuck on a particular part of the bot. Yeah, it's a chatbot. So the chatbot is basically for victims of sexual and gender-based violence to reach out to NGOs in Nigeria. So I was stuck on a particular part of the bot, and when I met this particular facilitator, he helped me with it, and I've been stuck for almost 3 months on it. So it was something that I really took out of the camp for me. And then after the camp, that was when I began my journey into programming, right? I met him. There were times that I would have classes and he would taught me HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and I started building myself from there. And I've done quite a number of things with this. I could remember my very first laptop. I got it through this career path. I got it through one of my very, very first jobs that I did, and I got my system. And I've been able to, make some money too. In my university now, even though I studied law, I'm part of the leads for the Google Hubs in my school. I'm also, part of the teams that are pushing for a tech hub, a sustainable tech hub in my school, and so many other things that I currently do, which I'm really grateful. Each time I look back, I know that Bimo kind of lays the precedence for a lot of things that I do today. So I'm very grateful to Bimo for that invaluable opportunity.
And as you can see, when I said mind blown, I knew what I was saying. I'm sure you were mind blown, weren't you? But I'm sure you've been hearing tech, and you are like, don't they do anything else on that camp? Now, yes, we do. We have morning exercises, and I'll be very, very honest with you, I never liked it during my set. I never liked it during my sets because I love sleeping and I always wanted to sleep a little bit more, just a little bit more. So allow me to give it to Tolu as she tells you some parts of the camp that are favorites.
What part was favorite for me? Okay, for the fact that I had the place where I was able to learn skill acquisition, I could get my skills. And then during the ICT part too, because the class was always interesting and was always engaging for me, I was able to learn self-defense, taekwondo, even up till now. At school, when I went to school, like I got admission into Federal University of Ekiti, and when I'm studying radiography now, going to my second year. In school, I'm about to join a taekwondo group, taekwondo team now in school, all thanks to Bimo, because I learned self-defense. Because by the time when I was young, I had to go through some horrible experience which gave me trauma kind of. So I was like, coming to this might be more, I will learn taekwondo. It's Bimo that gave me all these experiences. I say thank you to Bimo, thank you grandma.
Thank you very much, Tolu, for your experience. Now I'm sure you heard something about connection. Trust me, there are some of my rich colleagues and they've never spoken to a first lady in their lives. Now we have the first lady as our grandma. So obviously we know we are swagging, right? Now in 2018, if I remember correctly, I had makeup done on my face and it was so pretty that I did not want to rub it off. Now, allow me give it to Treasurer. She tells us what skill acquisition she did during her camp.
Today in my camp, I had the opportunity of learning how to make wig. Right at home, there was a particular experience of my mom buying a wig, then I ended up spoiling the wig. And she was making mouth. She was like, oh, that when I get married, she'll make sure she collects the money for the wig for me and everything. But after my BMO experience, I got one and I was like, Mommy, calm down. Now I know how to make the wig. I can just make the wig for you. So like I actually enjoyed them teaching us how to make wig because like it was something I actually wanted to learn how to do since, and it appeared so hard before. But coming to BMO and looking at how it was done, they made it seem very easy, and I know how to do it very easily now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, for me, if I have to choose a particular skill acquisition that as my favorite, I'll choose baking. I enjoy their chocolate cakes very, very well. So let me give you an instance of why I say grandma loves us way too much. My very first laptop was from grandma, and I got that as when I was an ambassador for the 2018 edition of the BMO Summer Bootcamp. I was very, very happy because I never thought I would receive a laptop, because for my previous sets we only did solar, and so I had a solar panel and a tablet given to me, and this tablet came to me on a platter of gold, and I was extremely happy and grateful. Now fast forward to 2021, I had a program that I wanted to participate in so that I could get an internship. MTN was collaborating with the sponsors of the program, and I was hoping if I did very well I could get an internship with MTN. So, but lo and behold, the laptop got bad, and I was wondering, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get a laptop to continue the program with? I eventually had to let go of that program, but then I told grandma about it, and grandma felt sorry about my plight. She sent her team to Lagos to deliver my laptop personally to me in my school, and I saw an HP laptop, a 360 convertible laptop. It was awesome. I can't explain what I felt that day. I felt like crying, I felt like jumping, I felt like laughing, I felt all sorts of emotions, and my heart was raising. I had to keep checking if it was actually true that the laptop was there. And trust me, she has done so much for each and every one of us BMO girls. She regularly sends stipends to me without me even asking. I don't need to ask. She just sends it regularly. She has never once missed sending me stipends, and I'm extremely grateful to grandma for her love, her affection, and her kindness towards us. We love you absolutely very much, grandma. You are our hero, you are our Superman, you are our Clark Kent, grandma. We absolutely love you. Now allow me to give it to Tosin as she tells you about how grandma has helped her too.
So to not repeat what everybody has been saying, so everybody knows who grandma is and how she has helped us. But personally, I think the one I can remember very well was when we were doing the Technovation Challenge, and then there was a program at Futa, Create Tech Up, and then we were invited. We came back with grandma. She followed us. She checked our workspace, and she did interviews with us. She was talking to us. We told her about the problems we had, and she was encouraging us that she knows we can do it. We're capable. This, that, and I mean, before my set in camp, I was not really like outspoken, and I didn't have any like face-to-face contact with grandma before. But that day, I can never forget it. It was awesome. I was just smiling. I didn't even talk. Yeah. It was really, really, really good. And then, she told us a lot of things, shared stories with us. We were happy. It went well. And even when we wanted to do the BMO Sisters Network, and we wanted to pitch it to her, I was scared. I was like, will she allow us to do this? And blah, blah, blah. But then we set up a meeting, and she was very happy that we came up with that idea. She talked to us. She told us she was going to support us any way she could. And since then, every year we've been doing it. She has been supporting us. She has been coming through for us, whatever resources we need. She talks to us. She tells us, okay, if it's not going this way, talk to Mr. Bassi. We'll do this, you'll do that. And it's been good, it's been nice, and I just want to say we really appreciate it and we love you, Grandma.
Grandma is a really approachable person, and given the amount of love that she has for us, sometimes I wonder if I'll be able to meet up to her expectations, and if I'll be able to, even in a quarter, repay her for everything that she has done for me. But We'll keep doing our best, Grandma. And we just know that we always want to make you proud wherever we are. And we miss you very, very much, Grandma. I've missed hearing your voice. Although I heard it during the opening ceremony, but I've missed you, Grandma, and your beautiful smile. Yes, I've missed you. I've missed you calling us techie girls, Grandma. We send greetings to Grandpa and you, Grandma. Take care, and we love you. We send the Bimo sisters, send you their love and their affection, and they hope that everything goes well and fine from your end, Grandma. Thank you.
We're starting with the knee kick. Ready? Do. Set. Net. Now. The person is holding. I've told you, turn like this. It gives you the angle with which you grab the hand. This is majorly for people that are far stronger than you. Because the hand now is outside, like it's under your control now. So while you're rotating, it's at the same time, take the hand with you. Make sure your grip on the arm is very firm. Then carry it out.
Welcome to the baking class. My name is Aida from 23, and this is our baking class. We've learned so much. We've learned about salsa egg. We are learning about meat pie, fish pie, egg roll, and buns, puff puff. We've learned about how we use our roller pin when doing it. We brought us our measuring spoons. They brought us our skills. We've learned so many things. We learned how to make our sauce, our fish pie sauce. When doing our fish pie, we learned how to cook our egg. We learned how to use our flour in a moderate way so it won't waste. And we learned how to use almond frying. We learned how to use the pan. We learned the amount of oil, the quantity of oil you have to use, and types of frying. We have shallow frying and we have deep frying. You are all welcome to this baking class. We want you to join us because it's a very